guys, and welcome to today's video. In this video I'm going to be showing you guys my meal plan for the month of September. So this is mostly dinners, but I do have some breakfast and lunch options that I plan on using on a little bit of a rotation as the month goes on. So I tried to keep my meal plan pretty simple, just a lot of back to school favorites, and then I tried to keep ample opportunity for me to utilize some leftovers. So if you guys are interested to see what my meal plan is for September, let's get into it. So the first thing I jotted down were just some breakfast ideas. So this is just something I can look at in the morning, see what we have on hand, and then just kind of go from there. This also really helps me when I'm grocery shopping because I can look at this list and see what I'm out of and what I need. These are things that are pretty easy to prepare in the morning and that my kiddos really like, so I just kind of rotate through that for them. And then for myself, I do like to prep myself something a little bit different for breakfast, but I can probably just figure out what I want. I'm probably the easiest one to please. I did the same thing for lunch. I kind of just created little lists of ideas that my kids usually like to eat, and then I will just kind of pick what we have from there, and it makes it really easy when I am grocery shopping, so I know what I need. So we are a homeschool family, so we eat most of our meals in the house. We have co-op one day a week, so other than that co-op day, everything else is at home. So here is my meal plan for September. So I have fish tacos, but for me I do cauliflower tacos for the first week, and then Labor Day I'm sure we'll have like burgers or something, and then Tuesday is the first day of homeschool. So it is my husband's first day back at his school, so we're just gonna have some barbecue meatballs with rice and some veg. We're gonna have sloppy joes on Wednesday, and then breakfast sandwiches on Thursday, and then Friday night we're gonna have a pizza movie night just to kind of wrap up that first week of school. Saturday we're gonna have those leftover fish and cauliflower tacos again, and then I will bulk prep some of the meals on Sunday for the week ahead. So I'm gonna make the Tuscan mac and cheese and have that for dinner that night. Italian style stuffed shells are one of my freezer meals that are already in my freezer. I'm going to cook the turkey chili on Sunday. For me, I'm going to be using soy rizo and not turkey. And then leftovers on Wednesday, something easy like Trader Joe's Chinese on Thursday. And then on Friday, we will be doing apple lentil loaf and mashed potatoes. And we'll have the leftover Trader Joe's Chinese on Saturday. On the next week, on that Sunday, I'm going to throw some stuff in the crock pot. So I have my garden tomatoes that I keep washing and freezing to make my crock pot marinara sauce. On the Monday, I'm going to defrost broccoli and cheese shells. Monday is our busy day because that's our co-op day and our karate day. So I am definitely not going to have any time to cook that day. So I made a slew of freezer meals in a previous video that you can see, and I'm just going to pull those out on Mondays. On that Tuesday, I'm going to be eating tomato orzo soup, which I planned on putting in my crock pot on Sunday as well. And then Wednesday, we'll have leftover pasta with the marinara sauce. On Thursday, we'll have the leftover chili from the previous week that I would have frozen. And then Friday, we will do breakfast bagel sandwiches again. And then Saturday, we will have another pizza movie night. I make my own pizza dough, so that's really easy. On the next Sunday, I'm going to be prepping some Indian food. And I'm going to also throw my pierogi soup in the crock pot so that this way everything's cooking at once. Philly cheese stuffed shells are already in my freezer. Pierogi soup we'll eat on the Tuesday. Leftover of the apple lentil loaf. Leftover Indian food. And then another batch of the sloppy joes on Friday. That's already in my freezer. That was a freezer meal. And then on the Saturday, I'm going to put in my crock pot some apple meatballs and mashed potatoes. I have a freezer meal video on that. And then the following week, I'm probably going to be planning for October. So we'll just have some like Italian tapas for dinner on that Sunday night. We'll get a loaf of Italian bread, some olives, some hummus, some veggies, and then on the Monday we'll have Italian stuffed shells, and probably on the Tuesday I will have an Instacart pickup, and I will be planning for the next month. So I really like to utilize my leftovers. I really like for things to be simple, and I like to prep things ahead of time. I don't really love cooking through the week because I work at night, so I'm not really around to cook anything fresh for dinner. So I like everything to be done in advance, or anything I could cook earlier in the day and then just heat up when it's dinner time is what is convenient for me. So I hope this gives you guys some inspiration. If you are interested in seeing my homeschool curriculum picks for this year, keep watching. So here is my morning menu. This year I have a 4-year-old who's going to be in pre-K and a 2-year-old who's going to be in preschool. So this is his morning menu. That is our hymn that we're going to be learning for this unit. And then we have our little calendar time in here where we're going to do our little songs for the months of the year, days of the week, the weather, the season. So this is just something I'm going to have at the breakfast table. This is his poem that he has to memorize for his first unit, and his geography memory statement as well. And then on the back, this is his picture for art study that we're going to be talking about and learning about a little bit. So we have an ocean theme for the first unit. And then for my little 2-year-old doing preschool, I made him a morning menu, and it just has the ABCs. We're going to be doing like a letter of the week curriculum this year. So just has a copy of the ABCs so we can practice. We have our calendar time that we will help him with, day of the week, the weather. And then for him, I have some shape practice so we could talk about the different shapes. I have a counting page so we can practice counting to 5 and recognizing our numbers. And our letter for the first week of school is going to be letter A. So I just have a little A printout on the back. Now my preschooler can already read. We already finished All About Reading Level 1, and we are halfway through All About Reading Level 2. So we're going to be finishing All About Reading Level 2 for the first term of this year, the first 12 weeks. And then we are going to be moving on to Language Arts Level 1, The Good and the Beautiful. We're going to be finishing off these booster cards. These are probably going to be really easy for him, but I do want him to improve with his fluency, so I think it's going to be really good practice to do these reading cards. And then I really like that this curriculum has a little bit of handwriting in it, a little bit more about grammar, sentence structure, all of that. I think that's going to be a good bridge the gap because he's still really little, so I didn't want to dive in too deep to a literature curriculum. I wanted to continue to kind of build the skills that he has, so I think this is going to be a good fit for us this year, especially since he's finishing that second level of reading. For his core curriculum, we're going to be using the Curious Kinder from Where'd You Learn That? Rachel has a YouTube channel on here, and this looks super interesting. I love this. I love that they're going to be learning a little bit about geography. There's some really good books in here. So that is what we are going to be focusing on for our year as far as like literature, read alouds, themes, and stuff like that. So my son is going to be doing handwriting at co-op, but he is left-handed. So I did pick up this left-handed book. I didn't realize that the strokes and the way that you write letters were so different when you're left-handed. So I think this will be a really good tool for him because handwriting has been a little bit frustrating for him. So I have this left-handed book, and I also just have this little printout that's just some extra practice for the letters. So that's what we're going to do for handwriting as well as handwriting at co-op. And then another thing we're going to be doing just like once a week in Morning Basket is going to be logic. So these are just little riddles to kind of improve those critical thinking skills so that this way he can become a better thinker. The next thing we're going to be doing is this skill sharpener geography. We started this at the end of last year. I really like it. I think it lays everything out like in a very easy way, very easy to understand. So the first little bit was about map skills. I'm kind of gearing up because next year I want to do an around the world study. So I do want him to get comfortable with reading a map and his place in the world and all that. Last year we finished the Good and the Beautiful kindergarten math, so I thought that I would try the Apologia Math 1. It looks really fun. I've heard really good reviews about it. It seems very game-based, and since he is still little, I don't want to move on to anything that's like super intense as far as math goes, and I still want to kind of build his skills, and I want his fluency to get a little bit better. So that is what we are doing for math. So for piano, we are going to be using Wonder Keys. Now I am a piano teacher, that is what I do. So I've used these books before and I really love them. We've done a little bit of the preschool stuff, but I do want him to jump right in to the level 1 primer, and I think it will be a really good fit for him. They have a lot of games and it's really fun, and I'm really excited for him to actually take like real piano lessons this year. And then another piano book that I have are just some of these games. This is just some extra practice when we go sit at the piano. If he doesn't want to do a full lesson, we could do a game. And then also my first piano patterns. Those are just really good for his fingers. His fingers are still little and they're still learning, so having a good finger position is going to be the hardest part when they're really little. So this is just a way that we can kind of work on that while we wait for his fingers to develop like they need to in order to be able to play piano very nicely. So for my 2-year-old, like I said, we are just gently introducing school this year. I know he is going to want to sit at the table with his brother. So we're going to be doing alphabet adventures from Where'd You Learn That? And this is just a letter of the week curriculum. It is really gentle. It has a lot of fun activities, a lot of books, a lot of songs. Perfect for preschool. We could do this a little bit and see how he handles that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want to see more homeschool content because I would love to share. And thanks so much for watching. Bye guys.